Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the next matchup here, 9 versus 4s. We're going to the second match. Well, map rather, and it's going to be Dust2. My name is Tom. I'm joined by the wonderful, the fantastic Naramizuki. How you doing, Sam?
You know what? I'm pretty happy. You said my name right. And we're potentially up for a banger matchup here on Dust2, you know. First map, overpass. Didn't quite go the way that we'd expected. 9 are up 1-0 in the series, but forZe historically have always won on this map. 16-8 both times against 9. So after their abysmal performance on overpass, I'll be curious to see if they can pull themselves towards themselves a bit.
Yeah, they were playing with different players back then, and Kalaro taking down Onka, one of the stand-ins at the moment. Sending him flying, sending him packing. They're going to be on the team side. Struggled on overpass. They're coming into this, equalizing the kills at the moment. Be able to pick up a USB. That's going to be handy here for Shalfie. The better players over on overpass. Monero going in for information, dived in quickly, backing off for Lounge Sparrow to take the overhead sort of watch from this part. So they know where at least 2 of the players are, maybe even 3 on this front. So they could go for big map control if they decide to push up mid, but they also don't want to leave B too exposed, especially with 1 player down. It's potentially a little bit too dangerous to go in for that exploratory scout play.
So grouped up, and it's giving 9 a lot of time to start taking control of the space here. Finally, the execute starts happening and over towards the B side, but it's an instant trade.
Fantastic plays from both of these teams, going in back and forth with trades. Monero going to be coming in through the back. They don't even realize he was the player that killed one of their teammates. Coming in, he's going to be able to get the headshot through the box as well. Managed to do just enough damage. Now it's going to be a 1v2. Jerry has to go big on this front, but he doesn't manage to get any. Oh, he managed to get 1 kill. I was almost right on that front, but still coming out on top. Monero and his teammate playing that off fantastically, with Monero picking up 3 kills in that round.
Yeah, good start here for 9. Starting to look a little bit dicey as forZe made their way on towards the site, but those trades coming in back and forth, 9 did a really good job of controlling the situation, not allowing it to get too far out of hand with the players that they were losing. And at the end, well, sure, the bomb goes down for forZe, and that's going to allow them to buy in a little bit into this round, and actually buy in quite heavily into this round. But 9 themselves, of course, actually, yeah, putting in quite a big spend in themselves.
Indeed, nice scout shot coming out there. Zorte's going to get tagged down. He didn't manage to hit his shot. It's not exactly what you want, but not the end of the world at the moment. A couple of Galils could be looking good, especially if that bomb plant allowed them to buy up. A little bit slow. A bit 30 left on the clock. We're going to be seeing a push down in towards this short position. From the CT side, they have got a bit of a boost going on. Minero's going to be an interesting spot. He does get a kill. Now they can back off. They know a couple of players. One guy just peeks around the corner. No head armor. Means Jerry is just completely exposed to this MP9. Smoke instantly going to be allowing him to have a you know, non-physical barrier between him and the enemies, but the visible one nonetheless.
forZe just not given an opportunity to even attempt to stabilize their last 2 players left alive here. Onka doing some serious work, though. A little bit of a juxtaposition from that last map, but starting to bring the numbers down.
Like, all right, well, guys, get on my back. Let's see what I can do here. Don't forget the bomb. I'm going to be a little bit disappointed in the player there, Zorti. Doesn't drop the scout, doesn't pick up the Galil. I think they're going to come to regret, especially with that situation. Onka is now going to be left in a 1v3. They know where he is exactly. He has to find this kill very fast. Otherwise, he's going to be in a lot of pain in a couple of seconds. Goofy from behind goes in for Famist, gets the kill, and well, closes out the round very convincingly.
Yeah, it's an NT there for Onka, but not going to be enough, unfortunately, to help them somehow clutch out that round. A large spend for the forZe squad into that previous round, and unfortunately does not pay off. So this time around, it's going to be a couple of upgraded pistols. Okay, 3 for now. But 9, on the other hand, well, they're in their bonus round. They're sitting pretty at a massive advantage here. And they've had such good control of the map from start to finish. forZe not looking like the same squad that took them on this map before.
Oh, forZe, what are you doing? Well, 2 rounds in. I won't call it over yet, but This is kind of reminding me of Overpass. I know it's very early for me to be saying that, but it is what it is. Jerry has got one of the Eagles on his team. Does get a tag off on one of the players. I would like to see them do a little bit more of a successful shootout here. Getting an instant kill on the opposition would really make it easier, but Nine playing a little bit more defensively than I think forZe would like. They'd like them to play a little bit more loose and dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, forZe taking a slower approach, realizing that they don't have a lot of opportunities. Already lost Zorte. That's a good shot from Onker. Oh, make it 2.
Should have seen my face on that front. Went wide-eyed. That is absolutely fantastic. And another one to boot. Sugar.
Sheesh.
Goes in from long, gets a kill. Bomb's going to go down. Really good grenade placement on that front, but doesn't deliver as much damage as he initially would have wanted. Jerry is going to be holding this short position, making sure no one's going to be boosting up towards his teammate. And he's got one in towards mid position, making sure he doesn't get backstabbed. Which may well be the case in the moment. Calaro does manage to get a kill, but realizing how far the time is take down, it's not worth them risking it, but they are going to be trying to get as many exit frags as possible. Clean the house if they can, but Onker's here. He's got the Deagle, and he's going to be hitting more headshots, trying to find his 4th, which didn't quite do so, but Sugar gets the final kill, and it's going to be the first round on the board, and a bonus round could not get converted from 9.
Pretty solid round from Onker, like really starting to come alive there, getting so many of those shots, those 1Ds. We know how powerful they can be, and well, there you go, put on a little bit of a show for us. A 9 get ecoed, unexpected to say the very least, and of course now they're forced to reinvest into this round, and it's not a good investment by any measure, and forZe with a very solid buy, some nice early damage onto K, looking to get themselves another round on the board here.
Okay, not going to be super happy with that, but Zorte is going to get tagged down, but having the AWP, I don't think he really cares too much on this front. Move on through. There's no one over towards the A site. There's one on short. They have got a player pushing up behind them. This is key. See, Monero with that M4 could do a lot of damage sneaking up behind them, especially with it being silenced, and he is going to be able to either catch a player off guard on rotation, or he's going to be able to catch these players off over towards this long position. Bomb is down in towards pit at the moment. Flash is going to be coming out momentarily for them to enter over towards the site, if I'm not insane, but not before Monero is going to be able to get in position. He's coming right up above them at the moment. He's just waiting. He hears the footsteps behind him. The bomb gets dropped in 3, 2, 1. He goes in for the kill, goes in for the player in towards that down position, and the sprays just come through, and they just clothesline them. Onker managed to get a kill, but the bomb is lost at the moment. He's in a 1v3. A lot to ask from a stand-in player, but he's looking to try and deliver nonetheless. He's going to be running out with a knife in his hands. What a play, Monero. Just coming in clutch.
That whole setup, I feel like, shouldn't have happened like that, if that makes sense. It was just these small little things, not checking adequately, the sound cues coming through, but really good communication from the 9 squad. As soon as the peak comes out, they've got that long position locked down, swing comes out, and it's just cleanup. Good attempt from forZe, but not what they would have wanted on their full buy round. Now it's back down onto pistols. One hero AK to try and make something happen, but 9 have fully taken control once again.
What a convincing round. One AK. Sharpie's going to have to do a lot of work. He starts it off nicely, but the damage has been done. Tank to 48 HP. What's going to take is a single shot to the dome from one of these rifles, and he is going to be down. Sugar looking to push his way through. They have no utility to try and help him out on this front, so they're just going to have to YOLO it, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing. They're going to be showering straight into the site. Naro coming in from the sideline should be able to find a kill, but not before Kalari is going to be able to take down one. Trade does come through, but Naro going huge once again. 2 players left. Onker and Sugar. They can't even plant the bomb right away because it is a fairly difficult spot. Sugar has been past the bomb. He's going to be dropping down, going in for the plant, but he can get shot there in a couple of seconds. Onker's going to have to go big. He gets another kill, but his position is now locked down. All they have to do is wait patiently. He plays into the hands like Putty.
forZe at least keep it relatively close, all things considered. Take quite a few of those weapons away. We were talking about that long-term economy and how important it is. So they're doing such. They're trying to keep Nine from getting too much of a runaway lead. But unfortunately, it's the rounds that make the biggest difference, and it's yet another one on the board here for Nine. forZe now going to be able to buy in, so a little bit of extra weaponry to try and bring that fight. We was out here. I'm not 100% sure whose forZe it is, but you got to think it's forZe's at this point. I think there's a very slim chance that it's a 9 forZe, and forZe definitely need it. They've struggled to find an in, as I mentioned before. You know, 9 have such a good grasp of the map. Their rotations have been on point. They're constantly responding to forZe, and forZe just unable to make a dent, find a way in towards the site.
Obviously, keep in mind, having 2 stand-ins is super difficult, and those 2 players can be fantastic in there by themselves. But it's about that, obviously, being able to play as a team, have that sort of normal fluidity across the bar. But let's moving on through. Sugar is in a good position, but he misses his shots and costs him dearly. Managed to do 52 points of damage, but she roads in towards mid. Shalfie does take down the opposition. Sparrow is going to get dropped. M4 on the floor. That's an upgrade to Shalfie if he can get his hands on it. Goofy in the smoke at the moment pushes through. He's going to be peeking around the corner. Some shots were baiting out the opposition, and that's going to work fantastically well. Jerry catches out with a rotational player. 3v3, and now they can decide where they want to go. forZe haven't been corded into one position, but they are going to be meeting in towards this mid spot. Jerry has to be careful. He's going to be now low HP. He's also has got that AWP. Waiting for the player to cross over, gets the sharp shot. He has been on point when he has had an AWP and is able to actually line up those shots. Hasn't been too often. Now towards mid positions, also he's just going to be holding it. Flicks on, gets the kill. Second round on the board. That was the 6th round, so we go through to the 7th.
It was a really good round from forZe, all things considered. It really felt like they were using Nine's aggressive map control against them. So they give away a little bit of information like, hey, we're headed towards B. Nine attempt to kind of circle in and encroach and kind of enclose in on them as they have done previously. But forZe are waiting for it. They're waiting for that kind of slight lurk to come out. They turn around and they're able to shut that down quite handedly.
Oh, come on.
That's a good start. Take those.
Love it. Classic Dust2 position to get the shot in. That's the kind of start you want to have as forZe. I mean, they have to have every advantage. They can't afford to lose any more rounds. The overpass going the way it did. So this is really their opportunity to convert this. But with this matchup, with 9 versus forZe, I'll never say never. I think 9 still a slight opportunity they could do something here because forZe have fumbled in the past. We could be looking at a 4-3 here, Sam.
So it's a better start for forZe than the previous map. Oh, there you go. Get another one for yourself. Anti-eco. Suppose that is somewhat to be expected. But yeah, at least they're showing a bit more signs of life than what we'd seen previously. I mean, very often, you know, off the back of a pistol round win, things can start to snowball and get a little bit out of control. And well, props to forZe for being able to start bringing that back within their control. And you know, as we were saying a little earlier, doing so much damage to the economy round after round has allowed them to, off the back of one round win, put 9 straight down onto an eco. So not in one of those positions like we saw in Overpass where you win a round, but you're still up against the full buy. This is going to give them that little bit of breath of fresh air, a moment of respite that allows them to get that 3rd round on the board. But coming into the next round, this is where the big question mark's going to be. Of course, that should be a reasonable buy from 9. I don't think it'll be a strong buy by any measure, but it should be reasonable. So might be able to put up a slightly better fight, and forZe, well, they're going to have to keep on their toes.
Yeah, Minaro not playing aggressive there, and also you can obviously see forZe playing fairly defensively, not going after that last kill. They know he's got a deagle. They don't want to risk it. Smart play on that front. So they have the economy starting to build up on forZe's side, but that can only last for 1 round. If they can try to dominate 9 in this round, Sam, they could really take the lead.
Yeah, would be a really, really solid start for them on this map. See, given their history on it as well, they really do want to make it as strong as possible. And I like 9 here, not opting, not even for, you know, a ton of upgraded pistols. You've got 2 players still down on USPS. It's just trying to hold on to a little bit of cash they have available. So another round in the bag here, theoretically, for forZe will even up the scoreline. That's pretty exciting, yeah, given, you know, what happened on the last map.
Ooh, Minaro lines him up again. He gets a double. Going huge on Kerr. Jerry, they fall fast. Voltaire turns around, gets a kill, but he's going to drop the AWP. This is huge. Guns recovered, but they're going to fall fairly fast themselves. 2v1, AWP could come through. Sparrow is fantastic with this gun, but doesn't get a chance to really take many shots with it. But wow, Minaro, what an absolute beast.
How do we go from a round where forZe are like, all right, cool, they're probably going to try and lurk in and retake map control, so we need to keep an eye out for that to happen, to a round where they just go, la la la, anti-eco, and somebody just walks up with a deagle and gets to almost a third as well. It's just, it's unreal how much they lost in that round. Now, you know, they're back up into the force or the full buys, and yes, they did manage to come out on top of that round, but they could have had so much more cash to just keep floating them should things start to go awry. It was a really strange one to watch.
Very strange. But I love those kind of rounds. Love those kind of situations coming through, because it leads to some potential interesting situations in which we are now at 9. The economy in tatters. Bro, I mean, he's going glass cannon to try and bring this back with his team. But trying to carry them on his shoulder. Goofy there at his wing as well. Whereas forZe trying to find their stride, and so far looking fairly good right now. But it's not, you know, they've only just hit the equalizer. So we are saying that, like all this, or at least I am, and they're still only at the equalizer.
Yeah, still a little bit more to get done before faith is fully restored, I think. But, I mean, they've got history on their side, I suppose. Particularly history against this team. You know, we spoke about how they both had really good win rates on Overpass, but they'd never really played it against one another. In this particular instance, I mean, forZe has always won on Dust2, and looking like they don't want to give up that streak.
That was a really good nade. Goofy could take advantage of it, and he does exactly that. Jerry was tagged down thanks to that grenade. He's going to follow it up with a kill, and now making it a 3v3 recoverable situation if he can get the rotation in. But we have got Sugar holding up the rear. That short position isn't able to get any backup. So know that CT is a position that there's going to be opposition from. Caro does get a kill on towards Sugar, but there we go. Chalvi. Quick work of Claro. Unable to make anything work for themselves. Goofy now going to be approaching in from long. Sparrow with AWP is going to be able to turn around these angles, but there is a smoke there. Does he take a shot through the smoke? Not yet. The shots are now coming out from the opposite side. He did take a shot with AWP, I think. He was hurt. Shalfie, what an absolute beast, going huge. A lovely 3-piece.
Well, that was slightly illegal, but fair enough. Well done, forZe. I mean, it feels like 9 are starting to hit a bit of a speed bump, and so it was one of the things I was touching on where, you know, you lose the pistol round and then things can get a little out of control. They can start to snowball a little bit, and to 9's credit, they did a really good job of taking advantage of that. But as soon as forZe started to build a little bit of momentum, they won that one eco round, they started to be able to buy in a little bit. Now they've got that utility to play with, and suddenly we're starting to see a far stronger, more capable forZe than what we'd seen previously. And oh man, they just keep peeking Zorte in mid, and he just keeps punishing.
I will say there's been a couple of mistakes. There was a flash out onto the forZe side from their own team that did potentially cause Jerry to die to the play on long, but he was already tagged down, so all it took was that headshot anyway. But that's definitely something to watch out for, the use of utility. They also fumbled around with utility on short, where they were pretty much silent, and they were dropping around a piece of utility, and one of the players, instead of waiting for one of the smokes to be dropped to him, moved, and it hit the floor and gave away the position. And that almost cost them a few players there. Either way, easy round for them. This time a little bit more confident from my side in saying that they shouldn't really lose any players into this. Lara and okay, could do something here. P250 and Deagle in hand, but P250 at that distance is horrible to use.
Yeah, did a good chunk of damage, but well, there you go. A little bit of an exit. Oh, unlucky, buddy. Would be nice if you could have maybe gotten one more, but I mean, damn, look at forZe's cash at this point. It's unreal. 2 players well above 10k. Just nuts. And 9 starting to really feel the pressure. They've bought into the double AWP now. They have absolutely had it at this point. And I mean, to be fair, if there's a map where you're going to pull that out, it's definitely going to be Dust2. So 9 going to take a bit of a time out here. They've conceded far more rounds than I think they are comfortable with. start to rethink what their strategy is going to be. They had been doing really well at taking that map control. forZe have done a really good job of kind of reading into that round after round. So 9 have to start making some adaptations, and I think, well, the AWP could work out. But of course, you're going to be dealing with forZe, and he's been pretty consistent with it and has been doing really well on this map to just kind of shut down any shenanigans in mid.
You really need a kind of power player on this front, especially in that sort of mid position. Sort of just asserting his dominance. Exactly what you need to be doing. Now there's going to be a pressure over towards A long. Grenade's going to be coming out. Orca's going to be tagged down heavily. Flashes have to come out from Shalfie here to help out his teammate who has pushed through. Fire and Flames try and get an entrance over towards long for them, but the ugly machine Sparrow potentially taking him out along with his teammates. With one as well, and this aggressive play from forZe apparently not looking to go in their direction. And a little bit more passive, realizing he doesn't want to really over peak on this front. Just going to be holding out over towards Gandalf, waiting for any players to peek on through. There we go. forZe may have dominance over towards that mid position, but A site, not his domain.
Oh man, that was so fun to watch. That was such a cool round to watch. I mean, Sparrow just like shuts down that long position. And if you notice the positioning of K as well with the other AWP, he's over in mid. So he's looking for anyone to push out there. And Sparrow's like, all right, cool. You got to lock that down because forZe is a problem. So you lock that down. I've got long. B, we'll figure it out. But they hold that A side so well. And everyone just keeps walking on into his crosshairs.
This aggressive play in towards mid is going to work out fantastically well for them. They're going to catch them off guard, potentially on this front.
Oh, no.
They actually do back off. That's a good call. I mean,
yeah,
they went in for something, didn't get anything, so they backed off. Good discipline.
Such a deep angle being held over towards A as well. Double doors completely being shut down, but never mind. Sparrow taken right off the board, AWP out of play. Can be recoverable, but I mean, if you're a goofy, do you pick up the AWP? Nah.
Well, they have a second one anyway. They got another one at home. It worked out for them. They have done the Xbox smoke so they can cross up. That's maybe first or second time I think I've seen them use it. Maybe I'm just misremembering that it's not being too prominent on their side. 5-6. forZe were on a massive win streak. They have fallen a little bit lackluster now from behind. Shalfie does catch off Kalaro, and now they can go for the rotation if they wish, but might be a little bit too late. Smoke is going to be going out. Shalfie could potentially get caught off guard if he keeps on creeping around that smoke, and he is! He goes down. AWP in the hands of that player is going to be very useful. Sugar waiting for Goopy to go for the rotation, just catches him off guard, reads him like a book. He's going to take full advantage of this mid player here who has the AWP and the bomb.
Oh no.
This is what happens when you just leave the bomb in that kind of position. Now, Jerry could be coming in through CT. Might just catch off this AWP player. Gets the headshot. Peeks it towards CT. Up towards T, rather. Gets killed. Does a lot of damage, but not enough. 11 seconds left on the board. The kill has to come through. And Sugar, here's the footsteps. He's going in for the chase, but can't quite get it. Pulls out the AK, expecting this player to be holding, but it doesn't. The grenade could catch him off guard. He catches it! No! He's not too soon. 1 second clutch.
You know what? I feel like if he'd hidden behind that box, then maybe he doesn't get it. Maybe somehow 9 clutched that one. That was so ridiculously close. What a good recovery from forZe. I mean, 9 take that super aggressive push out of mid. Don't spot anything. Immediately pull back. But lose a player over towards double doors. And again, it's off the back of some crazy aggressive positioning. So maybe the aggression isn't what's needed. Maybe it's the low and slow, let them walk into our crosshairs play.
I'm sorry, headphone users. That was probably fairly loud, but can't help it at times.
The yelling, probably.
Yeah. That initial tag as well, just so brutal. It's one of the reasons why I hate playing Dust2 myself, is because I always used to get tagged in mid. Jerry himself is going to get tagged down. Minari doing a good work there, going for spray, going in for utility usage as well. forZe trying to help out his teammates. I don't know if he wants to play aggressive over towards that short position. There is an AWP and Minaro, who is an absolute beast in his own right.
Sugar looking to see if they're gonna try and pull that same aggressive push, but no. Nine have definitely learned their lesson. Now they're holding some solid angles, and they're just waiting. They have every angle covered, and this is fantastic stuff. No matter where forZe decide to push in, they, yeah, assuming they win out the trade, they should be able to lock it down.
Oh, what a fantastic coming around the corner, getting the kill, but Nero's there to trade. He's just going to be holding it like a vice, but unfortunately runs out of bullets and has to try and use them sparingly. Eventually goes down. Now Shalfie with the teammates backing him up with the flashes gets the kill. Now they have full control. No CT left in sight. Jerry was lost, but you know what? I take that trade any day of the week.
What was so great about that was forZe did a really good job of denying a lot of that info. So as much as 9 had every part of the map covered, they were very, very split up. The rotations were going to take incredibly long. And forZe take advantage. They get those first couple of kills. They instantly execute over towards the A site. And now 9 have no shot. No chance. So rather just hold on to the weapons you have available. They have like no cash left in the bank either. This was a pretty important round for them to win. And unfortunately, forZe were just, well, they were just better. That's going to put them up to 8 rounds, a confirmed lead on this T side of Dust2. Much better form than what we saw on Overpass. 9, well, definitely going to be starting to get nervous, I think.
Wow, I'm impressed. This is a definitely different forZe.
Yeah.
Than I'm used to from Overpass. Obviously, Dust2 is an easier map in, you know, quotations, as it were. It's not easier as such. It's just a very different sort of game map to play, and there's a reason why they picked it. So they're going to be able to go into the second half here, Sam, with the advantage, but is that going to be enough? Because we saw how dominant 9 were on their T side. They showed a lot more mistakes on their CT side than they did on their T side, if you remember, on Overpass. So is 8 rounds going to be enough?
Well, time will tell. As it stands, I mean, 9, you know, they're not really anyone to turn your nose up at. They're still keeping this fairly competitive, only a 3-round deficit. Potentially going to be extended to 4 rounds, however, as, of course, in this round, they don't really have a lot to play with. A couple of upgraded pistols along with the 2 M4s. When you look at Sparrow, and he's got no armor. Most of the players are missing helmets as well, so a little bit more squishy than they would like. forZe just maintaining that control. What are you doing, friend?
You can tell this guy, I don't even know if that made it. I think it did. You can tell he never played basketball at school.
Same.
I did, and I was terrible at it. I was just leave that to anyone else. Baseball, like, or anything like cricket, yeah, hit me up. Honka trying to enter in on him, might just be able to get the kill. Does take a little bit of damage, but finally he finds the target. Bro's going to take his position, picks up his deal just in time to dodge the Molotov as well.
I will say, as a South African, right now, cricket, taboo subject. You don't talk about that. Nope. Also, don't mention the Dutch and cricket in the same sentence. That's,
Well, how good they are. Or...
Shut up. Just shut up.
Yeah, who knows? Jerry. I'm going to try and knock this one out of the park, but Sparrow is going to be able to hit the headshot first one. Is he going to be able to pull off an Onka here and go in for back-to-back? Yes, he can. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he can't. What? It wasn't even a 3 because Goofy had got one himself. Kalaro gets the final one, and somehow, some way, we see that very bad buy, or not bad buy, but, you know, struggling buy round from 9 into fruition. There you go.
Fruitation.
There you go.
You know, Tom, if life hands you melons, you're probably dyslexic.
Yeah. I was always confused by that. I was like, but melons are great.
There you go. I mean, that's not the first time that we've seen some, like, Deagle heroics win out the day. Not even from 9, and not even just from 9. Like, they're just really, really solid play there. Really good head clicking, you know. Less strategy, more go burr, and well, it works out. So I suppose that's all that really matters.
To see it.
Oh no, come on!
He's in such a good position, Key. Come on, all right. Maybe I'll make this work for him. Turns around just in time. Onka's aggressive spot of play. It isn't going to work for him, but Shalfie is going to work for him. He catches them off guard, takes down now. Goofy catches the bomb holder off guard, but the play on towards short is going to be able to make it work. Sugar, but he's now going to be left alone. Bomb is recovered, but he's left with very little opportunities. He has to push through the smoke on the short and just kind of gamble on this front. There's a little bit of a gap in it, I think. Maybe not. He's still just going to have to play for it, but he has no info. He has no util.
I can feel a sugar we're going down moment coming on. Last player left, yeah.
The Zoomers in chat won't understand that reference.
I know, it's really sad. I wonder if he doesn't just save here, to be fair. There's very little cash left, and you're not getting that bomb down. But no, he's going to attempt something. Is good for one, but unfortunately not going to get too much more done. So there you go. That's the first half done and dusted. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we'll have the second half of Dust2.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Well, this has been a far more close affair than what we saw on Overpass, to say the very least. 8-7 in favor of forZe, and as we'd mentioned, they historically do come out on top of this map. The last 2 times that these 2 teams played against one another on this map, it was 16-8 in favor of forZe, so it seems 9 trying very hard not to let that happen a second time. 3rd time, even. Maths.
Oh, Shafi going to be signing off Spicy on the second half here. Going to be able to get the first kill. They may well have an advantage, but that could quickly get shot down if they're not careful. Goofy takes down Zorte towards that position. Shafi in towards this mid one. Going to be in really healthy spot to be able to get a kill. Finds it on gut with a headshot as well. Clean shots going to be coming out from both sides, but realistically, we're looking at a 2 versus 4 situation here. No utility. Well, actually, there is a smoke on Monero. Star player from their CT side, I'd have to say. He's going to be making his way up in towards long position. Spots out one, but can't quite hit the headshot in time. Does eventually dink it, but it's not going to be a kill on because he's going to be able to waste some time. Turns up, but his teammate's going to be able to get the kill. Now it's going to be 1 left, and there we go. Onka claims the headshot, and I think that was, yeah, that was a team ace.
I've been really impressed with Onka on this map. Obviously, a bit of a slower one on Overpass, and something that we had seen. Somebody had mentioned this in the chat at some point, but it seems Onka might have been playing a new position on that Overpass map, so it might have made things a little bit uncomfortable. But on this map, he's been doing incredibly well for his team, so huge props there as they do manage to win out on this pistol round, get themselves yet another round on the board. Back up to a 2-round lead. 9, of course, on pistols with no bomb plant, and so they're just going to be a bit of a firing range, I guess.
Yeah, that was a bit of an interesting one. I also meant it was almost an ace on 9 side. Monero is the only one without a kill on his team, if I recall correctly. But the kills and stuff reset correctly before I could tell. But what, you know, that was a bit of an interesting round. Losing 1 player isn't the end of the world as they go through to their bonus round.
Yep. Solid, you know, obviously not going to have to really spend too much into this. Spending a little bit just to even out so you don't have to come into this with pistols. But 9, of course, also able to force in. They were looking to try and make that work for them, try and wrest back a little bit of the control that they had previously. And there you go, using forZe's aggression against them as they start running out into no man's land.
I did say, obviously, 9's T side was far better than their CT side over on Overpass. They still managed to get 7 rounds on Dust2, which isn't a map pick. And as you said, they've pretty much got a bad history on this map versus forZe. That T side could really pick apart the defense of forZe, who obviously have 2 stand-ins, so a little bit weaker facing on that side of the map. Oh, that is brutal. Onka's going to be going down. One of the stand-ins there, Monero is going to be pushing up, and they have A control now, left completely open to be able to take this. And Sugar and Zorte, last 2 players left alive. They will meet head-to-head with a couple of players there. Sugar cleaning these angles, may well be able to find one. Headshot lands, gets the kill, picks up the gun for his troubles. Does have to back off, tagged slightly.
So, would you like a fun fact about the last 2 times these teams played on this map?
Go on, hit me with it.
Both times, the half ended at 8-7. Both times, in favor of 9. So, little bit of a break in protocol here as forZe were the ones to lead it out. But yeah, an 8-7 half for the 3rd time for these 2 teams. And I think just based off of that, it's still really, really going to be tough to tell who's actually going to wind up coming out on top of this one. Already, we're starting to see a good look from forZe because previously they weren't able to... sorry, from 9, because previously they weren't able to get a single round on their T side against forZe. So 1 round in the bag, and yeah, starting to at least look better than previous attempts. We'll see if they can maintain that momentum and get a few more rounds on the board for themselves.
Well, interesting facts with Sam.
Yeah, the more you know.
The more you know. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, well, Shapiro has got an SG. He couldn't quite afford the AWP, or decided not to invest all the way into it, so the SG could make quick work there. Zorte with his own AWP. He wants to try to, you know, inflict some damage on the opposition, but he's going to be holding over towards that long spot, over towards the A site. He may well just be able to find a kill here. There's a player in pit. So all he has to do is bide his time in area, though. Is very good. He's probably one of the most patient players on his team at the moment, so I won't be surprised if he's able to catch out Zorte in that position. Sparrow just going to be holding out the spots. Chalfie is going to go over aggressive as they're going for the execute, gets the kill. Sugar is going to be able to find one, but the trade comes through, and now B-site is going to be in danger, but Onka's there to try to stave them off. He has got his farmers. He's going to be playing aggressive, and in towards mid, we have some opposition as well, but they're going to fall down. Jerry goes down. Zorte's there. Down to Shapiro. Good recovery, but they can now go on the reverse sweep and back on over towards B if they so wish.
Ooh, B might just be the play.
Exactly what they're going to do on Cat. He gets one. Couldn't quite find the second one, unfortunately. Flashing towards the mid, followed up by a molly, but the counter flash going to be coming out. Oh, he bounces across, but it's not fast enough. Goofy. There'll be a bit of a B-hopper there, but couldn't quite do it as Zorte cashes his head through the door.
Good God, man. The prediction that involves, just understanding perfectly jumping trajectories, and it's literally that meme of like the woman standing there and they're like all the calculations are going on in her head, you know, but with less confusion and more just like pure understanding. It's insane when you get to see that play out. Unfortunately for both teams, this has been so back and forth that neither one is able to build up much of a buy to play with. Both teams have, of course, invested into the AWP, however. Neither one wants to be caught on the back foot of that one with two really strong AWPers on their teams. You really can't be caught out against an AWP and you don't have one on your own. So they are going to fully invest into that one. And for one team, it'll work out. For the other, not so much.
All right, getting flashed out towards that mid position, but Jerry's there. And he's got the answers to the problem. MP9 gets one, but it's not going to stave off the T's aggression.
Ooh, Molly missed.
Yeah, didn't chuck it quite far enough. That smoke, unfortunately, gets the flames out. Trapero with the AWP, looking for any kind of target. Maybe a little bit of revenge on Zorte, who's been doing a good job. That smoke is going to potentially deter the T's from going in towards that mid position. Flash does go out as well. On towards the B site, there's one player, it's going to be Sugar, and he's about to be met with a barrage of players as they look to burst through this door. Watch this come through. They're going to dive on. He doesn't get a kill. Headshot does come through, but it's not going to be enough. B site control is lost. Goofy pushes in towards mid, gets a kill, and well, that's round.
Yeah. Well done. I mean, like you said, right, broken buys across the board here for these teams, and it was going to be tough to figure out who exactly would come out on top of that just based off of weaponry, and it came down to the play. And while the mid aggression worked pretty well for forZe at the beginning, Nine did a really good job of stabilizing. The rotation started to come through, but they maintained the control, cleaned out the B site, which was imperative for that push. And the last two players, of course, they're not going to push it. Look at their economy. You know, they need to hold on to these weapons. So it's a good read from Nine and well played to take advantage of it. And into the next round, they've managed to hold on to 4 of their weapons. So, yeah, one player is going to be in a bit of a tight spot, but should be able to kind of compensate for that across the board. Whereas forZe, on the other hand, no cash really to speak of. And once again, a lot of pressure is going to be on Zorte and Unke in this round to try and carry them through. I mean, we have seen them have some pretty miraculous low buy rounds, but I mean, whenever I see it, I have to go in with the expectation that it's just not going to work.
Yeah, I mean, they had to force into this one to make full use out of the M4 and AWP, and the fact that their economy is just in tatters.
Yep.
So they might as well buy in the Deagles and the MP9s. It worked decently well for them last round. Obviously, not well enough, but you have to go with what you've got, and that's exactly what they're doing. Unfortunately, leaving Sugar over towards B by himself with an MP9, we saw how that turned out last time. A little bit of a different execute coming out this time. That's going to be an Xbox smoke going out, landing on the corner of the door. The pixel that sticks out, allowing a crossover to happen. An aggressive push up towards that short. Laro trying to clear out these tunnels, figuring out where any potential aggressive players are. Zorte's position is now well documented as well, so they know where to expect an AWP, so they know how to handle these angles as they sweep on past them and over towards long. Here they go. They're now going to be meeting heads on with these players. And Onko and Zorte both get a kill themselves. This is huge. 2 players go down. That's a lot of firepower lost.
I went oh, okay, wait. No! Oh!
He's looking at the wrong angle, Jerry. He might get double kill here. It's going to be the AWP trying to make use out of this, but it's got 4 bullets left in it. He
oh my god.
doesn't quite get the kill, reloads and backs off. Discipline means so much on this front. Never mind. I shouldn't have said that. He jumped around the corner, gets the kill, but trade does come out, but he's still got the headshot, the dink. Now Kalari is going to be a low HP, peeks in towards mid, plays aggressive. He wants to get a kill early on. He does exactly that. Turns around, expecting the player to be stabbing him in the back, but not quite yet. Sugar is playing a little bit patiently, waiting on the greed of Kalari, who's going to be not pushing on through with his knife in his hand. And, well, what a round.
So Zorte over in mid misses that first shot and is immediately pushed off of his position. And as you said, right, they now know that he's on the A side. They also predict that there's a player down in that pit. So they check that. They do get that cleanup. But through the smoke, through the fire and the flames, 2 kills come through for forZe. And 9 at that point kind of hit a bit of a speed bump and aren't able to really restabilize. That was a really... Oh my god, Zorte, what was that?
Lovely default aim positioning on that front. It's super hard to be able to achieve, but you still managed to do it. Monero pushes on through, gets 1 kill, goes in for the second one. Couldn't quite make that connect, but managed to take down Onko. That is huge. Flash is going to be coming out. He's going to be playing aggressive. Zorte's there, but still is going to get clipped without taking a shot at Monero or landing it either way. Sugar going in for rotation. They need to play a little bit of aggressive here up towards mid, but they don't have the same information as us. This is a force buy coming out from 9. They're 3 rounds behind for Sam, and that was an interesting start to this round.
Oh!
Jerry just in time looks, and now they're going to be playing aggressive against him, and he's like, I don't care, look at me. I've got a gun, and Shalfie and his teammates chime in and get a couple of kills themselves as well.
Good lord, man. Is this the same 9 that we saw on Overpass? I'm starting to wonder about letting them play on Dust2. You gotta wonder, like, how bad is your Inferno that you're allowing forZe to pick Dust2 and not banning that instead? So many questions, because taking a timeout now, much needed, as they've only managed to get 1 round on this T side. It's more than they've accomplished on their T side against forZe in the past, but it's just not good enough. Back down onto, well, basically nothing. This round is more than likely going the way of forZe. That puts us on 14. 9 will be able to buy into the next round, but if they don't win the next round, that's forZe on match point, and 9 are back down on a save. Maybe a bit of a broken buy. They'll have to force into it. They'll have a little bit of a cash from the streak. But this round is so important. This and the next round. And I don't think that they're going to be able to pull it back.
It's definitely impressive how forZe have actually come back on their CT side. We saw them struggling so hard during the first part, and they managed to really bring it back into their miss. Oh, that was a headshot. They have got bomb control. Wow.
Oh,
turn around just in time, and now over towards Aonka. He finds 1-2 for the third. Always going to be a difficult kill for him to be able to get. He seems to be able to count to 2. Third one has happened once, if I recall, on the last map. The D will know less. Last player left alive. It's going to be the Glock go towards long. Please, also, don't be greedy. Don't go for it by yourself.
I mean, you say that.
he held his distance. If he pushed closer, the Glock, I think, could have taken him.
Yeah, could have done. But hey, this is Zorte. And, well,
should have.
Yeah. He's been so good, right? Just constant, keeping up with the rest of the team. In some regards, outshining them. Really, really solid stuff. Now we've got the double AWP coming out. Shelfie going to be matching up with Zorte here because, as mentioned, forZe winning this will put them onto match point. And 9 losing out here, even with that lost streak bonus, it'll only be 2,900. So there's very little to work with into the next round. This is do or die in every sense of the word for the 9 squad.
Yeah, we're already using a lot of their utility. They're going to have to make sure they use it sparingly going forward. They still have 3 smokes, 4 smokes even. 3 mollies. It's going to be a bit of a distraction and push over towards B. They might just be able to make that work for them. They do have a player coming up behind them, trying to bait out a player. They did this before. Has it been red? Maybe not. Sugar's there and they're waiting for this kill. They need someone to play aggressive up through lower tunnels. They've left it as an opportunity for them to do something here. They've not taken the bait whatsoever. Good smoke placement. Going in for the spray. Doesn't quite land. You see a crossover come through. Molly does go down. Denies the initial push. But Sugar, he just played patiently. He didn't go up those stairs, and that means the absolute world. He now goes in for the aggressive play. Spots them out. Goes in for the shots, but it's too late. Can't quite get them. They've made their way over towards the B site. But it doesn't matter. They're going to retreat. They've read it. How have they read this so perfectly?
This is so rough for 9. The attempted fake over towards the B site goes completely failed.
Look at this. Jerry, he's going to bounce the swing and get 2 kills. Back to back. Easy peasy. Lemon squeeze. He's going in for the third one towards Pit, but it's going to be Yonka who steals it away from him. Jerry, I'm going to be so happy with that. He's going to spring into action a little bit faster next time. Kalari is going to be able to pick up Shalfie and Zorte for himself, but he has no time. He has to be careful not to die. It's going to be the 15th round on the board here for forZe.
Well, as predicted, 9 have got damn near nothing to work with into this round. Of course, they will force into it. Of course, they'll spend every last cent that they have available to them. But it's gonna take a miracle for them to claw this one back. And it's looking like we're gonna be heading over to our map 3. Not quite in the fashion that I think we had predicted, but yeah, nonetheless, we are gonna get to see that nuke. It looks like it's gonna be a very strong stack over towards B. Oh man. Oh, this is gonna be a slaughter.
Shoot head. There we go. Sugar, he's going to be able to find one. No, that was Zorte. He's going to be able to find one too. Trying to find his third one as well, but Sugar's looking to steal him away. Can't fast enough as Zorte chimes in with 3 of his own. And then Monero, after death, is going to be able to get a kill. Sparrows goes down, and that's going to be a GG. Well played. What a fantastic map here from forZe. They really brought it back and rebuilt our confidence in them. 9, who are still playing really well, just I don't think expected such a turnaround on the, well, the T side, but also on the CT side where we saw forZe potentially crumble. But Sam, I mean, what do you make of that?
Look, I don't think that you can say that 9 didn't expect it, because this is literally the 3-peat. This is the one time